Hello everyone, as you're watching this, I am officially on testosterone. I filmed a little bit the night before, the day of, and now today, the day after, but it isn't a lot. So after all those clips will be me back here answering some questions some of you guys have left for me. So if you don't want to see that, you can just skip forward to the questions. It's up to you, I don't mind. It has officially hit midnight, so it is now the 26th of January 2021. Good start. So yes, 26th of January 2021, it's just hit midnight. I get my prescription for testosterone today. I go to bed now, and then I wake up, and then I'm off to London, and I get my prescription. That's mad. I don't think it's really sunk in yet, because I just don't think it's sunk in yet. Especially since all the appointments have been on like Zoom, and I haven't actually been to the clinic in person yet. I don't think I've really kind of got my head around it. So it's gonna be a big day. Nervous that I have to have a COVID test before because I am a mess. And I'll just know that I'll make it a bigger deal than it is. But are they gonna take my bloods? We shouldn't, just have them done. Yeah. So it's just at midnight, so in 15 hours, I'll be in my appointment in London, transgenic. In 15 hours, I will be sat in my appointment with the London transgender clinic. I'm only just saying it out loud. I'm actually, like, comprehending it. Like, getting these hormones I'm going to be on for the rest of my life. Every day for the rest of my life. Like, this is... Obviously tomorrow I'm just getting the prescription and I won't be able to start taking it tomorrow. But this is the last day that I don't have testosterone. I will have testosterone. We're here. I've literally just got here. As you can see, I'm here. I'm waiting outside. I am scared. Excited, very excited, but scared. Excited to do it on my own as well, so that's fun. I have literally just finished my appointment. It went really well. I have my prescription, and I think if I'm lucky I may be able to pick it up now. So we are about to go on our way to pick it up. Okay, so it's now the 27th of January. I didn't film any more yesterday because I got home and I was tired. So I thought I'd just kind of do an update now. So we got it from London and we managed to find that our local pharmacy had what I needed in stock, which we didn't expect, but brilliant. It's here. I have it. and I am officially about to have my first dose of Testosterone. Just for voice comparison and everything comparison, this is what I look like. It's the 27th of January 2021 and I am pre-testosterone. I have not had any testosterone yet. It's about to be my first day, but I haven't had any yet. And then I will document every month what I look like, what I sound like, and then compare. I literally just woke up and I've woken up a lot earlier than I usually would so that I can have it because I'm excited. It feels like Christmas. So yeah, I'm not going to film me actually taking it. But to take it, I put 2 pumps, like it's one of these, 2 pumps on my shoulder or my stomach. So yeah, my name is Robin Poltock. It's officially the 27th of January 2021 and I am currently pre-hormones. So by talking to some of you guys, I noticed that you have a lot of questions about not just my journey but just being trans in general. So I wrote some of the best ones down and I'm going to answer them the best I can. But disclaimer, this is my experience, me talking about. I am not speaking for all trans men because we're all different. So yeah, everything I say is just my experiences, so please don't associate that is every trans man. One of the first questions I got was, how can people in your life help affirm and help you feel comfortable? Compliments to use, topics to avoid, things that cause gender euphoria. Okay, I think in the position I'm in at life, I have kind of got to the point where I surround myself with only people who support me and make me happy. For example, I wouldn't hang out with people that don't make me comfortable and have an issue with me being trans, because why would I? That's a stupid thing to do. I think for me, I just want to be treated as a regular man. I know I make videos and I know I speak a lot about being trans and I'm open about it, but I do want to be treated as a regular man. The reason I do stuff like this is because there's no, at school, I bet you were not educated on trans people. I bet you were not told, because I wasn't told and I was one of them. There was no conversation about any of that kind of stuff. No conversation about people having sex that weren't a male and a female. There was nothing about that. So for me, I'd have to say just normal compliments that are stereotypically male related to. For example, like being called handsome, just things like that. In terms of topics to avoid, I'm very open with what I speak about. I answer pretty much every question I get asked because that's just who I am as a person. However, I wouldn't go up to any random trans person and ask them any random question, because just because I'm open about it doesn't mean they're going to be. I'm very open and I say to you guys, I encourage you to ask me as many questions as you have, but I'm encouraging you, please don't just go up to a random trans person and say, how do you have sex? Do you have a dick? Stuff like that, because they're not going to be comfortable with that. I'm open about it and I invite you to ask the questions. If you're invited to ask questions, then do it, but do it with some sensitivity. Don't just go, have you got a dick? Because some of us don't. Next question, did I find coming out to my family hard? Were they supportive? In the past, I've kind of touched upon coming out to my family, what that's like, and I did make a few videos with my sister and my mum, and I did what I was going to do on my dad, but I didn't do it. Just kind of talking about how it felt for them, how it was for me, and we just had a conversation that was on camera. I deleted them because I looked awful and I just felt I didn't really like them being up. However, I'm definitely down to make more videos of them and have them talk about it, because I know they will definitely be down to do that. So if that's something you guys want, if you want to hear my parents and my sister's view, then 100%, or even my granddad, even my nan, or my cousins, and whoever you want to hear, if you want to hear from family, I'll definitely do that. Coming out story is kind of long and complicated. I first came out to my parents 4 years ago. Fuck. I first came out to my parents 5 years ago and I was in year 10. So that would have been about 2016 to 17, which thinking about now is ages ago. They already knew about my sexuality, they already knew that I like women, but obviously sexuality and gender is different, so they weren't exactly expecting me to be like, yeah, I'm a boy. When I first told them, I think that they were genuinely really shocked and they didn't know what to think or what to do or what to say. And I know for me as well, I didn't know what to do, what to say. I didn't know what the next step was. I didn't know. They were confused, and I couldn't say to them, it's fine, this is what we can do, these are the steps we can take, because I didn't know what I could do. I didn't know the options of seeing a clinic and getting hormones. I didn't even know that was a thing. It took them a while to kind of gauge it, but they were never not supportive. They didn't understand at first, but they always supported me in every way. Things like over the years, just making an effort to learn. Like my parents, they made such an effort to learn and to understand what was right and what was wrong, and it just meant a lot to me. So yes, they were very supportive, and they still are. They're my best friends. Next question thing. This one was very lovely. So if you wrote this and you are watching this, thank you so much, because it actually really made me really happy. It says, you're such an inspiration, loving hearing about your transition, keep being you, thank you, I love you. What is the hardest part of your journey so far? I'd say the hardest part was the early days when I had long hair and when I just come out, because everything felt like I would never achieve it. I think whenever you have something in life that you're striving for or you want to get to, your end goal, you always look at it as a big picture, or no, I say you look at it as a big picture rather than individual steps to get there. And I kind of looked at it and I thought, there's no way I'm getting there, you know, that's so long away. I'm never going to be able to cut my hair, I'm never going to be able to change my name, change my gender, I'm never going to be able to start hormones. I genuinely didn't think that would ever be possible for me. But obviously, I'm here today, I'm here, I've had my hair cut, I've had my name changed, my gender changed, I've started hormones, do you know what I mean? It's one of these things in life that everybody watching this can relate to in some sort of way. There's always something that at the beginning you think, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this, and you almost kind of give up. But by working on it, you can get to a point where you're like, I've done it, I'm here. Who did I contact in terms of starting hormones? To start hormones, I've gone privately. This wasn't my beginning choice, this wasn't something I always decided. It was just down to what was offered to me. So for those of you who won't know, at the moment, if you were to now join the NHS waiting list to see a transgender clinic, it is a 5-year waiting list. Just let that sink in for a minute. That's a 5-year waiting list. If I was to be, I was put on the list 2 years ago, okay? So I'd have another 3 years left. I'd be waiting until I was 21, 22. I'd be waiting until I was 21 or even 22 just to be seen by someone. This isn't to start the hormones, this is just to be seen, and then it's a lengthy process after that. And to me, it's awful. I remember hearing that and I remember thinking, I'm done, I can't do that. I was just very lucky to have the family I've got, and they funded me enough money to be able to go privately and start, which I have. Obviously there was a bit of a waiting list for that, but nowhere near 5 years, nowhere. It was unbelievable. So for the NHS route, I originally contacted Tavistock, which is the name of the NHS clinic. Obviously it's the one I didn't go down, but that is who I originally contacted. I went privately, and the private clinic I went with was London Transgender Clinic, which is in the name, is pretty self-explanatory, you know. I emailed them with no idea what they were going to ask me or what I was even supposed to say. I said, this is what I want to start hormones. Are you offering it? How much are you looking at? What do I need to do? For those of you who don't know, the word dysphoria is used to describe the disconnection between trans people and their body. For example, I am a man, but I am not in a man's body. So that's why I get dysphoric about my body. And it's just kind of the feeling of not fitting with my body. If that makes sense? I hope that makes sense. So they told me I had to get an official gender dysphoria diagnosis by a psychiatrist, and they sent me prices. I'm not gonna lie, it's very expensive. I spent a lot of money to be in the position I'm in right now, but to me it's the thing that's worth it most. There is nothing else I'd rather be spending this money on. Obviously I'd rather not have to spend all this money. I'd rather spend it on, you know, fun things that normal people my age are buying. Sorry if the camera's moved, I had to plug it in because it was going to die. So I was recommended to see the psychiatrist, who I had 2 Zoom appointments with because of COVID. I didn't actually get to see him. So after these 2 appointments I was diagnosed. Basically during the appointments they just ask questions to assure that you are definitely trans. When you start hormones, there's some things that are reversible. There's some things now that some effects I will have now that I would never be able to reverse if I wanted to. I don't, obviously, but if I wanted to. And then I got through to the clinic, I had a few Zoom appointments with them, and then I was given a time frame to wait, and then, yeah, that was that. Next question, do I take shots or do I take gel? I am on gel. I wasn't given a choice through the clinic whether I started on shots or gel. I don't know if that was because of corona or if that's something they do with every patient, but I am on gel. They told me that for the first 6 months I will be on gel, and then I have the option to switch to shots, which I don't think I will personally. Now, there's different pros and cons for shots and gel. Gel is something you have to apply every day. Shots is something you take every few weeks or once a month, around that. Because you take gel every day, your levels are known to stay constant, so my testosterone levels will just stay the same. Whereas shots, they're known to peak up and down. For example, a week after you get a shot, you're at your highest testosterone level, and then obviously as the time goes on until your next, you will get lower. So for me, gel just weighs up as the easier and better option, to be honest. Another question I got was, am I going to be saving mementos of tea? For example, if it's vials, will I keep them? I always was planning on doing something like that. However, as it's gel, it comes in a big like tube. So I haven't really decided how I'm going to keep mementos about that, but I'm definitely going to look into it. Next question, was being seen as a more valid man a deciding factor for tea, or did I think fuck it and do it for myself and not care what others thought? I've known for as long as I can remember that I want to be on tea. As an 18-year-old, I've learned that what everyone else thinks is invalid. I couldn't care less what anybody else thought, because I'm the person dealing with myself for the rest of my life, and I should follow what I think above everyone else. So if in a case I didn't want to take tea personally, I wouldn't do it just because everyone else wanted me to, because it makes me more valid or whatever. I started taking tea for myself because of my dysphoria and how it helped me. It doesn't have an effect what others think of me. In an opposite situation, if everyone around me didn't want me to take tea and I wanted to take tea, I would take tea because I follow myself. I don't believe other people should lead your life because you're the one that's living it. What are the changes I am most looking forward to? So for those of you who don't know, testosterone changes your body in lots of different ways. I can't list them all because there's so many. Most positive, there are some negatives, but it comes with a deal, to be honest. The ones I'm personally most excited for is my voice to drop. I want a deeper voice. I can't wait. Yeah. So it isn't guaranteed because a lot of cis men can't grow beards, but I really want facial hair. I hope I get it. If I don't, I don't, but I want it. Also, for those of you who don't know, a cis man is someone as a man born as a man, and a cis woman is born as a woman, identifying as a woman. If that makes sense? So somebody who's not transitioned or identifying differently to what they were at birth. Do I find it easier or harder dating as a trans man? Harder. Without a doubt. There is nothing about being trans that makes dating easier. So I identify as straight, so I'm a man, I like women. However, not all women that identify as straight will date me, because not all women will see me as a man that they will date. Because of my body and because of everything, I get it. Like, it's shit, but it is what it is. Like, I don't have anything against straight girls that won't date a trans man. I think it's all down to personal preference, because obviously, as much as I identify as a man, my body is incorrect at the moment. I wish it was different. I wish more straight girls kind of took into consideration trans men as normal men, but obviously it's personal preference, so I don't have any grudges against it. It just is what it is. It's definitely harder to find someone who will date you. Not that I'm looking for people to date me in that sense, but it's less likely to find someone than if I was a straight cis man, if you understand. Will I do This Is My Voice on tea? I don't know how often I'll be doing it yet, depends on how much I notice changes. I'll probably do one every few weeks, but I definitely will at least once a month. If you're my family, I recommend clicking off at this point. Thank you very much for watching, but I'm going to be talking about some stuff that you probably don't want to hear, and I don't really want you to hear. So that's a disclaimer. I'm going to talk a bit about surgeries and relationships more, because I got quite a few questions about it. So I just want to speak about that now, if that's okay. Not that it's not okay, because you're watching my video, so yes, I am. First question is, will I be getting both surgeries, as some trans men only get top surgeries? Sorry if it's too much, it's not too much. I've asked you to ask questions, so it's fine. I personally have more dysphoria with the bottom half of me than the top half of me, so I definitely would like both surgeries. However, this depends on how financially stable I am, how stable I am to book time off for recovery. It depends how long the NHS waiting list it will be. think possibly I'll be able to do top surgery privately. However, there is no chance I could do bottom surgery privately. I don't have 50 grand. I can't afford that. So yes, I am planning on getting both surgeries. Will I keep my genitals? How are relationships and sex affected? I just covered that, so I will be getting surgery, hopefully. How relationship and sex affected? If you're my family, please leave. Please leave. I've touched upon relationships a little bit, but it's definitely hard. It's definitely something that's hard for me and for whoever I would be in a relationship with. I can't believe I'm about to say all this online. For me, with my dysphoria and the body I have, I am not comfortable receiving during sex. I never, if I obviously had the right body, then yes, fab, great, but I don't. So that's not something that happens. I've never gone into a relationship or been with anyone and not told them I'm trans, because I think if you're going to sleep with someone, that's something you have to bring up, because they have to know that there is something missing. Anyone I'm speaking to, I always mention, you know, they always know, and if they decide that they don't want to be with me because of that, then that's that. That's the way it is. It definitely makes things more complicated, but I think this is a situation that I'm open to speaking about, especially with somebody that I want to be with. And I think in a lot of cases people won't mind not having to give anyway, so for some people it's a win-win situation. But yeah, just relationships generally is a lot harder. It's a lot harder for me to find someone that is willing to be in a relationship with me, especially at the moment, especially because now I've started to, but being a pre-T, you know, I don't look as masculine, as manly as I'd like to look. So yeah. The final question that I have is, am I scared or excited for bottom growth? I know a lot of trans guys say it's uncomfortable. I know a lot of them like it. I haven't made my mind up. I'm a little bit excited, but I'm also a little bit scared. That's all I'm going to say about that. If you want to know more, just search it up. Yeah. I've answered all the questions that I have at the moment. There probably will be more, but I will make another video. I'm happy to do that. As you're watching this, there's a link in my Instagram bio still, which is an anonymous messaging thing. Feel free to leave any questions you have there if you don't want to ask me personally, and I will definitely cover them in a video. Or if there's just anything you want me to make a video about in general, to do with me or to do with being trans generally, just put it there, and I'll definitely see if I can do something to speak about it. Thank you all so much for watching. I know I keep thanking you, but thank you for watching. If you've made it to this point, even if you watched 10 seconds of this video, just thanks, to be honest. I have to end this. So just, I hope you're having a great day. If not, tomorrow's going to be better. So bear that in mind. With everything going on at the moment, take care of each other, be kind, love each other, because that's definitely needed. And just thank you very much for watching, and I will see you whenever I make another one of these. So yeah, thank you.